Yo, 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 good morning. How is everyone doing? Let's go over some news first. I don't even know why I do this. I'm just gonna start pulling up my Discord. I'm all over the place. Daily updates. So every day I post this. I will accept days I'm not here. News, earnings, corporate news of the day. I feel like this is something any one of you can check too. I mean, it's the 3 websites we go over all the time, but I love to repost it anyway, just for myself. Really, it's kind of like a selfish thing, but if other people get a kick out of it too, cool. But news for the day, you can also click on the day and see what is the news even about, what to expect, what is bullish, what is bearish. I mean, really. Corporate news for the night, Dollar General hit there. Nice to see. You guys know we're all bullish on that one. Did I see GameStop? I did. Oh, they had earnings. You can see who all had earnings before hours, after hours, and of course you want to look at the other days, you can look at that. And then, of course, after close. So really, really cool news for the day. Not really that heavy of a day. It really is just kind of a jobs number day. Jobless claims was really the entire news for the day. The only other big thing coming out is later. We have consumer credit, but that's at 2 o'clock. And it's not really that important. It's just not. In comparison to moving things in the market. So I really don't think you're going to get much out of that. A lot of your data should already be out. You do have wholesale inventories month-over-month revenue coming out in 30 minutes, though. So that might be something to look out for. 30 minutes after the open, waiting for that month-over-month number to come out. Yep, we got about 15 seconds. Good morning, everybody, though. I can't scroll up for some reason. But good morning. I think Eric was first. I saw King Carnage, Jack, Purple Mango, Kim, Sylvia, Mel, Justin, Shadow, E, Alexis, Dondu, VC, Aloha, SF. What's up, VC? What's up, Chris? Good morning. Good morning, Sandollar. Good morning, David Q. Sandollar, I'm actually waiting on that one because we've been bullish on it and it's been rallying. So I'm honestly going to wait for it to slow down because you're right. Probably going to keep gapping. Good morning, John. Good morning, anybody I didn't say it to yet. Daffy, good morning. Vanessa, Maddie, Jefferson, John G, Monclesi, D-Touch, Creator, good morning. Creator's first, apparently. Wow. I didn't know that. Good job, Creator. Alright, so remember, guys, this is the 5-minute, this is the 1-minute. Both of these charts and levels and zones are the exact same. This is the 15-minute, sometimes with the 30-minute. This is the daily. These two have the exact same levels and zones. So if you're ever caught up in that, you're okay. The game plan for today, everybody hear me loud and clear. Everybody ready? SPY's game plan for December 7th. With price opening higher thanks to pre-market, we will be opening just under the 457s area. You can see we're pushing that right now. This is where bulls can push higher from towards 458, 458.40. Mark those numbers, 458, 458.40. Highlight it. I don't care what you do. Put it on your chart. Then you have 459.25. With a breakout of 460, you can look towards 462. Bears will want to remain under that 457s area and create lower highs to cascade price back down for a chance to test / break 455.55 again. 455.55. Towards 454.70, 453.50s, 453. With a loss of 453s, this is not good for the daily time frame, and this can bring the retest of 449, 451 range. So really, you don't want to see 453 break for bears, and bears don't want to see bulls break 458 to 458.40. So in a sense, you have about a $3 range working right here between 453 and 450, or I'm sorry, a $5 range, 453 and 458.40. That's essentially the kind of cutthroat range right now. So everybody got me? We're all good? That's really your game plan for the day. And it kind of ties into what I was saying before too. Like, we don't need a breakout yet. It can keep doing this. If you go back to what we talked about before, we talked about how they took literally like 3 weeks and the slowdown of the building of consolidation, giving us, bearish candlesticks inside of that range over and over and over. And you can see it here too. You end up getting a really nice bullish push, but you get a bearish kicker. That's not something to just ignore. And ever since this happened, these candles happened, we have been stuck in this general area. We've had nice holds, we've had nice pushes away that ended up, coming right back down. But we are stuck in this area. So it's pretty smart to figure out, all right, what's the area we need to watch and stick to it. They cannot hold on to 458, 458.40s to move back into the 460s range. They have not hit 460 yet. They got 35 cents away a couple days ago. They cannot break 453. Bulls are defending this very well over a multitude of days, a multitude of market. So it's pretty interesting how strong bulls are, resilient they are, but also how bears are slowly sneaking in signals. You zoom in here. I'm not going to do it, but you got a bearish kicker here. This is not a dark cloud cover, but it was very close. Bullish hammer. Single white soldier. Okay, well, in that candle, you're feeling super bullish because we got all this. We got two failed bearish setups. You got a bullish hammer. You end up getting a nice bullish candle to follow up that bullish hammer after all of that. So as of this candle, you were probably feeling like euphoric, like, oh my god, there's no way this doesn't rally. Since then, we have yet to get back over that level's close, this day's close. We rejected it here, traded lower. Didn't even move, traded lower. Had to open higher, had a higher open, looking really good, honestly, giving them a chance to kind of ignore all the junk here the last 2 days, get over this day's close, get over that day's high, get through that range. Bulls definitely could have done it from right there. They didn't. End up taking a dump back through. So now we're kind of stuck in this scenario again. We've had it here once, twice, 3, 4, 5. This will be the 6th time we've opened either inside or outside of the previous day without leaving the range. So as you guys can see, there's a lot of indecision here. I'm not joking you, and this isn't to sound smart or to sound cool. I don't care who signs up, but if you go back in the past couple weeks of streams and any of my weekly watch lists, we have talked about this exact move for weeks now. We've talked about this possibly happening very soon because you don't just get these. I mean, this isn't really parabolic. There was amazing consolidation here, but you do have a really nice move up. I mean, it wasn't but a couple weeks ago, a couple months ago, we were way lower on this chart. So I don't know, pretty interesting. That's my take on the bigger time frame. I had a lot of people asking me yesterday and this morning, so I figured I'd just do it on stream because then I can just do it once. But hopefully you guys enjoyed that breakdown, and let me know your thoughts. Let me know, do you agree with anything I've said? Do you disagree with anything I've said? Do you have anything to add on to anything I've said? Let me know. Bigger time frame, smaller time frame, SPY. That's the conversation. Be sure to drop a like on the stream. I do appreciate each and every one of you. Let's just say Bueller called it a couple weeks ago. I mean, I did, but we're not going to tell other people that. That's between us. But overall, looking to see if today's open can hold. So far on the 1 minute, that top left chart, it's not holding. You have a potential 3-bar to the downside, honestly. 5 minute, bottom left chart, got an indecisive small body candle, long-legged candle. What does that mean to us? Indecision, indecisive candle. That's almost a doji. It's a very indecisive candle. So following an indecisive candle, what do we want to see for confirmation? A positive or negative print. So if this can hold and push higher, across a 10-minute confirmation, that does give you higher probability bulls want to push to the higher part of the chart. If you get a negative print on this candle, it's a very high probability they want to break us down on this chart. But again, this is only 10 minutes of information, so really shouldn't be, trading heavy off that. But right now, also, we're trading within the first 5-minute candle. Kind of watching that bottom left chart, top left chart more right now. Not really looking at the top right chart yet. It's nothing really there yet, as well as the bottom right. It's really just for view of, hey, where are we? Top left, bottom right. Those are, or top left, bottom left. Sorry, I cannot speak today. Focus these two. Honestly, guys, I like puts a lot if you leave a stop here, but I think I'm just going to wait till we see a better push here, and then we can get in. But 1 minute already kind of giving you some short-term bearish confirmation. 5 minutes still just setting up. You can see we're very indecisive. The first candle's indecisive. The second candle's trading within it. The 15-minute candle. Look at that top right chart for a second. I mean, we were long-legged doji, small body candle. We are indecisive from the open across multiple time frames. My God, Dondu. He said, wait, how much were these down the other day? Didn't I see these were down like a lot or something? Dondu. Oh my God. If you're in the Discord, check out results and review. He had a trade that I could swear I remember these were losing. $305%. Holy fug. He said, I sold Reddit open since I'm only doing one contract at a time. Yeah, I don't blame you, bro. Good job, man. Let me look at that real quick. I'm very interested to see. Oh my lord. Yeah, that's massive. I mean, it's not... It's the next closest thing to a bullish kicker. I think it's opening at the exact same level, actually. It's be this level. Yeah, 120.57, 120.79. This is a bullish kicker by how many cents? By 22 cents. Oh my gosh. A BK by 22 cents. I don't think we've seen that one. Well, let's check out SMH because semiconductors are probably on crack right now. Okay, they're not that crazy actually. Check out SOXX. That's another one. Okay, that one looks a lot better. And while you're checking that, it's because these are all semiconductors. You can see NVIDIA is running, AMD is running. So it's just smart to go look. All right, are other semiconductors running, or is this just these two? Because when it's all together, they go so much more. You can also check jets for airlines. Triple Q, STX. Really nothing yet. Nothing to write home about. Check our sectors real quick. We got our top tech sector here. They're not looking too bad, honestly. That looks like bullish continuation until proven otherwise. Proven otherwise scenario would be if they hit a random level or just slow down somewhere, and then can come back down and then build a lower high from that, not surpassing its recent high. That would be your sign of slowdown. So, really need to see some more from that XLK chart before really saying anything bearish-wise, but it's nice bullish continuation. Healthcare, really nice pullback so far. Comms are also getting going. Remember, guys, we talked about comms weakness. It's nice to see them back in the fight. This would be your Google, Netflix, and Meta sector. So if you want to watch any of those three, you can. I actually like a lot of the XLC stocks, as I talked about the other day in chat, talking about how all the tech sector was slowing down, and then you go over to XLC, and they were slowing down way before everybody else. So now that everything's finally maybe found some short-term just relief and just ranging, Meta could get some action because they are lower on the chart than we've seen on other sectors. Banks are a different story. Banks kept going, hit supply. In the past couple days, it's felt way more bearish than it actually is. They actually haven't really moved that far away from anything, and it feels that way because some of the weights have moved a lot more. Like if you look at Berkshire Hathaway, you'd think, oh my god, banks must be pulling back crazily. Then you go to JPM, oh, never mind. You know, it's nice seeing, okay, not every bank is doing that. Some banks are still moving higher. You can see Citigroup kept going. So, a little different. And then what was the other one I wanted to check? Oh, energy. Energy, which is not in the top 5 sectors. But I found, or I didn't find this, Daffy did. But I thought also, I agreed with him that this was in an interesting spot. If you look at that bottom right chart, that's the daily. We moved right down to 81.75, which historically, it's been bouncing from this level a lot. So if we can get any kind of indecision candle today and tomorrow and build some base here, I genuinely like the energy chart a lot. But let's go back to SPY. Let's see what's going on with the market. Still getting some indecision. my gosh, this is so indecisive. Breaking today's open again. This would be the 3rd time. No, 4th time. On the 1 minute chart, at least. Now, if you notice, though, we have yet to close a single candle on the 5 minute under today's open. So I think that would be a good first initiator for anybody here wanting to go short. I feel like seeing at least that would be a good sign. You don't have that yet. We are still holding it on the 5 minute. Got another minute before that candle closes. Bottom left is your 5 minute. Give us info. Give us info. I still like puts a lot more than calls. But they stop at 457.25. Honestly, though, the longer they base here and hold low of day, that would be a great sign for bulls over time. So maybe in like 10, 15, 20 minutes, we'll see if they're still holding that 456.64. And if they still are, you could probably flip your bias a little bit. Daily time frame, too, if you look at the bottom right, looks like 457.40s is pretty important. So looks like if you get past that, you don't want to be a bear anymore. At least short term. We don't know anything past that. That is the first, I report, that is the first 5 minute candle to close under today's open. See what y'all are saying in here. I was down 6% at close. They're over 6%, but it's cool. It's cool, man. I swear it's not bothering me that it's double what I sold. Great work. RKT is mooning. Good looks, Daffy. I don't even know where my phone is. We do have a new low of day. I'd like to report that. If you want to scale some profits here and then tighten your stop because of the weird open, I don't blame you. It's honestly always a good choice when you don't feel right. This is a weird pullback. It's really not that strong. You really need to hold under like the bulk of this trading right here. If it doesn't do that, this isn't going lower, but looks like it wants to for now, which is good for us. A little late, but I'm here. What's up, fool? We just been calling out short setups. We got a plan with a stop at 457.25. Moving a little away for now. I've kind of cautioned everybody to trim a little bit. Don't be scared to take part of your profits. Every time you get a new low, it's like stretching the value of your contract. It like opens the gates of like, oh my god, this could be worth anything, because it doesn't know what to calculate your contract at. Because if it makes a new low and keeps making new lows at a faster rate, well, that's just a lot of amazing extrinsic value pouring into your contract. That's why every time I see a new low made, I try to tell you guys that, like, You can trim here if you want. You can do this if you want, you know, because it really is like the best trim spot. Because right now, let's say you hesitated and then you saw this green candle pop up. It's like I said, like you know how when I said the new low is made, like the gates open up and it could just be worth anything. Well, when a buyer steps in, it instantly calculates. Oh wait, no, we're right here. Like it like catches where the price is. Like nope, it's worth 150, and then it knows, and the next thing you know, you're only up like 10%. You're not up like 50% anymore, and that's because of that exact reason. Because you hesitated when a new low was made, then the buyer stepped in. You're now no longer selling when there are people trying to sell. You're now selling when people are trying to majority buy, which is bad for you. So every time a new low is made, I like to make that point because it really does open up the gates to your contract's value and says, this can be worth anything, because it doesn't know how to calculate it effectively when it's making that fast of a low, if you pick up what I'm putting down. So it's a really, really good thing for you, taking profits on new lows if you're on puts, taking profit on calls when you're making new highs. It's a very good thing for your position. And yeah, guys, please trim some profits. I need to check a couple other charts, and I don't want to look away from this and come back and it's back up here, and then you guys are like, well, you didn't say take profit. So please trim while I go check some other charts. Don't be one of those people. Qs are looking a lot better too. Remember, they were kind of boring the other day. I say boring, but they actually were great yesterday. SPY was the exciting one in my opinion. But overall, both SPY and Triple Q formed bearish candles. We're getting a higher open, so we're kind of just reacting to the range of that previous day because we had bearish candles. I mean, it's a clear bearish chart right here, but today's candle doesn't understand what's going on. It's stuck inside of that previous day, so just be very wary of that. And nice, we're getting more dumps. Is that happening on SPY as well? It is. Good stuff, guys. I'm so happy for you guys. Let's check out IWM real quick. I just like to check on the small caps, and look at that. Something is getting bought up. XOK, XLY, XLV, XLF, XLC. Okay, so not a lot of buying on top 5. SMH, check those semiconductors again because they were kind of hot this morning. They're no longer hot. AMD trying its best to remain hot. Nvidia said, I don't care what you're doing, I'm coming down. Apple's still well above today's open. Microsoft, not so much. Microsoft making new lows. That is not helping out either market, Triple Q or SPY. That is bringing both. It's almost disrupting any of the buying that's happening on Apple because Microsoft's making new lows. So guys, from just looking at Apple and Microsoft, I want to see who's been paying attention. From just looking at Apple and Microsoft, based on the quick things I just said, what can we look for further direction? Seeing that our top 2 weights of the market, as well as the tech market, are doing a little bit of a different thing on their charts, on the intraday chart. Again, you're kind of focused on your left side chart, not the right side. Remember, you don't have Apple breaking today's open, but it does look pretty weary, right? You go over to Microsoft, it already had its weary look. It already had its high, its lower high, another lower high. It broke today's open. It's well under today's open. So you got 2 different things going on right now. Can anybody tell me what we're looking for here? Yep, we have indecision on the tech chart, but what else? What can we plan off of that? Where does your mind go when you think, okay, well, Apple's still above today's open, Microsoft isn't. What can we think? Well, in short, guys, if we mark today's open on Microsoft, which actually lines up with that base perfectly, if they were to remain under this, we get a retest of this, or any kind of, remember, any kind of midterm retest, you go from that level to the low, and it rejects here, that's a midterm retest. Oops, nope, give me my line back. There we go. If they retest that, it's still bearish, right? But also alongside Apple, if they break their today's open, right? So what do bulls want to do then? Bulls want to maintain holding this here for Apple, and then you go back to the Microsoft chart. I just tried to Control Z that. You go back to the Microsoft chart. If they can get over their today's open, then Apple and Microsoft, they're both proving that buyers do want to step back in. Even if it is short term, even if it is to just go reject this level, they are showing that they are trying to step back in. They're not just laying over and dying, essentially. But that's what we're focused on right now. So that's where your brain should go when you see that. Use that open. Use the exact same level on both of their charts to give you that relative view. It's not going to ever be the exact same. It's not going to be that easy. But you can make it easier by pointing out one level on both of their charts or an area on both their charts and seeing which one's doing the different move, then following that information. Holy crap, I'm glad I said trim, because that would have hurt you. We're still under today's open, though. That's very interesting. And the supply trader in me is looking at this chart and thinking, well, we reversed from here. Here's the high of day. Let me go from here. You know, so my brain works like this. My brain's thinking, we're bearish as long as we don't get over this now, is how my brain is now seeing this. Based on the levels, based on the price action, based on the 1 minute. So that's kind of how I see today's price action. If we can't get over this, we're bearish. If we can get over this, bulls have a chance of giving us really good moves. Does that make sense to everybody? I don't want to keep going on and somebody being lost. It's okay to ask questions. I will not bite. I was actually watching an old stream Creator Trades, if you're still in here, and I was trying to think of, like, when was the last time somebody asked me, like, a really weird question, or, like, a dumb question that was a joke that I thought was kind of funny, and I actually clicked on, like, the perfect one. I went into stream one day, and we were joking about, like, how I get people asking me, like, where are the live trades, where are these playlists at, like, stuff like that. It was a couple months ago, and Creator Trades goes into the stream and goes, have you ever traded SPX while looking at SPY or something like that? Like, he literally, like, explained what the live trading series is, but, like, in a question, like, jokingly. He knew damn well where it was. It was just kind of funny because you have legit questions like that, and then you have our jokesters come in here and ask the same thing just to mess with those people even further. Exactly, Garden Trader. They need to get in sync. I'm looking back now. Sorry. Range trading. Need to get back in sync. Good call by King Carnage. Do you ever use moving averages, B? I have in my swing trades before, but I haven't really been doing that much lately. I haven't done it in a while. I do teach EMAs though, like the 9 EMA. I love the 9 EMA for short-term confirmations for any time frame. It's really good to like I personally like it on the daily because you can look for bearish setups, and then if it breaks the 9, it's essentially a really good breakdown. But no, I really don't use them. If you've watched me stream over the past few months, I've yet to use any indicators. But what I do like, I like some indicators. People always think like, oh, he hates them, price action only. Like, no, it's good to focus on price action only because that is how we trade. But it is nice to know how some of these things work. Moving averages are something even big money uses. They use middle VWAP. Some of these guys do use EMAs, so it's really not that crazy to use it. It's just, and you guys have always heard me preach the same message, but the reason there's the difference between right and wrong when trading indicators is that if you have a system or not, is having stability or not, a structure, a structured system. If you're just trading off EMAs every time you see them break, that's not really a system, But if you have a system where it's like every time this happens and then this happens and then you get this EMA to break or this happens to that EMA, then you can take your trade. Like, that's a system. You're giving yourself variables to follow. You're giving yourself parameters to see set before getting into anything. You're giving yourself that, that limited rule of like only do it if it does this, and that would be something that would be following a system. That would be following something you've put together, not just, oh, every time the EMA breaks on the 5 minute I'm in. Like, what? So I have a system like for a comparative view, my swing trading system for basic traders, like right now, if you've been swing trading with this stuff for a while, you don't need it. But for all my basic swing traders, like in chat and on YouTube, if you go across any of my playlists, we use EMAs. I show people, look, if you want to give yourself kind of an early view into things, EMAs are a great way to kind of give your eyes that training without really, without feeling lost. Because I feel like when people look at naked charts, it does make them feel a little lost. Our more immature viewers are going to laugh at the fact I just said naked. But like in our system, it's always make sure you find like a dark cloud cover, and then when you get a break of the 9 EMA, you target the 21 EMA. When you hit under the 21 after a bearish candle, you wait for the 55. Then you got the 100, the 200, and so on and so on and so on. And it's just a system together. It's not really something you try to think about too in depth. You want to follow the rules. Following the rules is when it makes it feel good, and that's how it should feel. Leland, I swear. Good morning, man. The fool said, have you ever bought a call intending to buy a put and then it goes in the money? Hashtag just newbie things. I think all of us have done that at least once. Good morning, First Light. Good to see you. Exactly, Chris. In a meeting, a webinar, listening to the stream while I'm auditing a 32K line item spreadsheet and deleting duplicates and inventory entries. Damn, Sandeller, who are you? My EMAs are perfectly in sync with our BB levels. Nice, David. Glad to hear that. It's funny, too, because I think I've seen other people say that before, too, like, backtesting the levels. Because some people will straight up, like, tell me my levels suck, and then they'll go use them, and they're like, yo, my bad, man, these are all right. It's like, what? It's just because they'll use indicators while I'm not, and it's like, I have no hate against indicators. That's totally fine. You want to use whatever, but have a system around it. Don't just say, I trade off middle VWAP. Okay, what do you do with it? You have a system, or you just randomly jump into calls and puts every time you see it touch it? Because it's funny, too, because you'll get bullish breakouts over a current date. This is what fakes out most middle VWAP traders, by the way. Write this down. Every time you get a break above, right? Let's say, like, we get a higher open that day. Or even a lower open. The open doesn't even matter. And price consolidates, and it's under that day's open, and then it breaks over the day's open, right? When price does that, and it has that breakout, then it comes back down to try to see if it's holding that day's open. Guess what middle VWAP is doing? It's doing the slowest, dumbest angle ever. It's like this. It's like a line up, and then it's like a line down. And so when price is coming down and it's trying to hold on top of that line that's coming down, people think, oh, that's a bullish retest. But if it's breaking under your current day open, how are you going to ignore that? People that use middle VWAP will ignore the current day open level, but they'll buy any retest on top of that. Guess what? That's a 30-70. That's something that's going to fail 70% of the time, at least. So it's just funny. Like, if you use just middle VWAP, you're screwing yourself. But if you were to add in that and see, oh, current day open or previous day close or previous day open, you see just that basic level that all of us like to use, it would have saved them. It would have saved them a lot more of the times. It would have given them more confluence to like what they're looking at. Not just like, oh, it's middle VWAP. No, find another reason to like that move. Find another reason to like the potential in front of you. Your levels suck, B, especially how they always seem to work. Sandeller just asked Bueller to write a Python script that finds and deletes duplicate rows. Thought my job was tedious. Cost hit 611. Jesus. Sorry guys, I was typing. Good morning, YouTube. What's up, Zeke? No trades for me so far. We already took a put play to the downside. We took a trade from kind of this 3-bar play looking area to the downside. We trimmed once and trimmed a second time. Then we started to go through some different charts and it pumped. So I was very happy that we had trimmed just before doing that. I also don't like the indecision on the 5-minute, but we're kind of looking at this 456.94, 457.23 area for our decision. So basically we're bearish as long as we're under that. We're bullish if we pop it. Very quick, very vague, very simple. But what I don't like is how much basing is happening now. So I'm really glad we took a lot of our trims already. And that's 3 days in a row, guys, that we've taken live trades in the stream. And we've worked together on taking a quick play. And I'm very happy to do that, too, because scalps can be a lot of fun. And they don't take up a lot of your time or your energy. Mark, you can actually check the link in the bio, but I will send it. It's teachable.com, by the way. Oh, yeah, you can just click the link in my bio. It's the same one. No, you're right, First Light. Sorry, I'm just now rolling up and reading these messages. He said, EMA is still lacking information. I noticed price action candles and volume information is the best, I think. They are. No, they are. They are. And it's because they don't have any lagging. It's real-time information. When you're looking at an EMA, you have to wait until a candle closes and until the next candle starts before you see that data appear. And you're like, oh, wow, okay. So it is moments later and is later. It's slow. Lagging information. Because, again, it takes what's in front of us to calculate those indicators. And a lot of people don't understand that. They think it's just random magical things from Narnia. Like, no, it's data from the screen that they're taking from. Maybe some calculations are added onto it, some weighting, you know, like the EMA has some weight added to it. It's not just like an SMA where it's the number divided by a number. There's weight added to it. So, yeah, no, you're right. Yeah, but my whole conversation was just not to bash people who use indicators, though. That was my whole thing. You can use indicators. I'm just saying you should know price action, though. It'll make you a better trader as a whole, regardless of whatever indicator you're comfortable with. You want to use the McGinley dynamic? Go ahead. 2 inside bars in the SPY 5-minute. You are correct, fool. Great eye. You get a cookie. Who else saw the 5-minute inside bar? I was honestly waiting to see anybody say it. Because it was already one, and then now we have like a second. And it kind of also ties into my point where we're building base here. We have a nice little higher low from our low of day. So it's just indecisive here. And you could see the inside bars in the 5-minute adding into that. Adding into, hey, yeah, this is indecisive. But we are still bearish under really good levels. So we'll see if we can push away from them or if this is indecision for bulls to slowly retake control. Good job, everybody, so far. Okay, good job, Zeke. Good job, everybody who's just chilling, waiting. Looks like we got a lot of people ready to take the next trade. I'm very happy to see this. Tuned in late. We're trading inside of the golden pocket from yesterday's high of day to low of day, just in case that wasn't mentioned. Thank you. But might reclaim the open on Amazon. Good looks, creator. And yeah, we can go over some other charts here in a second. Triple Qs. Also building some nice higher lows. So we got both sectors doing the same thing. Now let's go check on Microsoft and Apple, everybody. Microsoft has been building some base. This is what bulls need to see if they want any chance of seeing today's open again. And what has Apple done? Remain holding higher over its today's open. So that's a very good sign by buyers on both Apple and Microsoft over the last 10, 15 minutes. Very good sign by them. Eesh. Healthcare looks like crap. Banks warming up. Discretionary warming up. They're back over today's open on the 1 and 5-minute. Good call. Tesla, Amazon. Good call by creator. I was just really checking up on it. XLC holding some nice basing there. High of day is 69.96. Buyers are slowly creeping back up. See if they can take anything. And yeah, good morning, everybody. If I didn't see you say it, Good morning to you. Please be sure to drop a like on the stream. So far today, we've only taken one trade. We're looking for a second. Really just reacting off this so we get some better signals. We are bearish from the open. But on the day, we are up. The higher open in the pre-market thanks to data coming out. We are bearish from the open because we lost today's open, retested, and pushed away from it. We have yet to retake it and hold on top of it since then. Using the current day open as a relative point to give us a good kind of starting point for our story of the day. Look at that. Massive move. Wiping out a lot of buyers. We'll see if that holds, though. Remember, every single move so far over the past 10-15 minutes has been bought up. So we'll see if that trend continues here. I do both, Zeke. I kind of just whatever's next to me. Whatever's faster, really. Anybody who complains about trading on their phone isn't actually a trader. I feel like if you struggle on the phone, you haven't actually given it a chance. Every time I see someone bitch about trading on the phone, it's so dumb. It's like, bro, are you serious? The phone, if anything, is the easiest thing to trade on. If you have a problem with that, you're just crazy. I'm not talking to Zeke. I'm talking to everybody as a whole now. But I see tons of people complain about trading on the phone. It's like, man, you just need to look through it more. Every time you look through this app, it's because you're trying to take a live trade. No wonder you don't know anything. You're not giving yourself a chance to read anything that's in the app or understand how everything works or where everything is. And the same thing, you could literally apply that same complaint that I just said, but with the computer. I see people complain about trading on the computer, and it's like, yeah, because the only time you've ever tried to learn anything is when you're taking a live trade. No shit, you're not going to remember anything. You know, if you want to remember something, go through this when you're not trying to take a live trade. It's like trying to learn how to use a gun in the middle of a gunfight. Like, it's just not going to happen unless the adrenaline kicks in and you just randomly get it right. But if you've never held a gun in your life, you're not going to know how the hell to use it. And shots firing over your head, it's going to freak you out even more. It's like the same thing with this. Like, it's going to freak you out while you're trying to learn on the go. Of course you're not going to learn it. Phone is so simple to me, but I haven't put the time in to learn it yet. It's really personal preference, Zeke. Don't let somebody pressure you to trade a certain way, because it is just as fast. I know people who only trade on their phone who make a lot more than people who trade on their computer. I know people who are on their computer who make a lot more than people who trade on their phone. So it's personal preference. Never let anybody pressure you to do anything. It's your trading journey. It's how you feel. It's how you want to be comfortable. Do things how you want to do them. Don't do things how other people want you to do them. If you're comfortable on the phone, awesome. But you should, and this is kind of like my argument for everything, you should be aware of how to use the computer, though. If you've never used it, I would learn how to use it. You don't necessarily need to do it for your live trades. You could still use your phone. But it is nice to know the inner mechanics of what you are using. So in case maybe one day you are on your computer and you want to just try it out, hey, you know how. I definitely don't like people to be uncomfortable, though, when we talk about the whole should I trade on my phone or my computer thing. Because too many people do one or the other and then say the other one sucks. And it's like, dude, you have such a closed-off mindset. Like, don't say that. I only trade on the phone, but I hate the computer. I only trade on the computer, but I hate the phone. Like, don't have that attitude. Always prefer one, duh. But you should know how the other one works, is my argument to everybody always. Don't be one of those people who see it and then complain and are like, I don't want to do it. And I'm not even talking to Zeke. I'm talking to everybody. What if you are John Wick? PC mustard race. Bull's a lot more relevant on the chart now. Not only have we got a pop of today's open, but they got into this area of supply that we were looking to invalidate our bearish sentiment for our initial trade. Now they are back over it. We'll see if buyers actually want to step in and get a nice move to the upside. Which this does kind of add into what we talked about with Apple and Microsoft. You can see Apple is pushing away from their open. You can see Microsoft is still building back towards their open. Actually, are they over it? They are over it. Nice. Good job, everybody. I really hope that made sense to you, because that one thing right there between Apple and Microsoft, that's something you can use every day on every sector. Now, why it was so important today is because what are Apple and Microsoft, everybody? Help me out for anybody in here who may not know. What are Apple and Microsoft? Why are those so important? Exactly. Top weights in SPY, the king and queen, heavies, the big dogs. Exactly. They're the heaviest weights in the market by far. Not even by a little, by far. Apple especially. But that is why that is important. Great job, everybody. I knew y'all would know. And so anybody in here who doesn't know, you can just read the comments. You can read everybody else, because my entire chat knows the weights. Well, they know most of the weights. I won't give y'all too much credit. Now, how many of you guys suck at like sectors and just knowing what stocks are in them, or how many of you guys suck at just sectors in general? You don't. It's really hard for you to memorize the sectors and really the more important ones. Ooh, good job, Maddie Clams. My bad. I didn't even bring that up today, man. So glad you just said that. The dollar. Focus on this chart. Ignore these three. But you can see they did make it up to that next zone. Remember we said they could hold here with that hammer, and then they had that candle. We were like, well, now it's 50-50. Then the next day gapped up, and we were like, all right, bulls have it again. It's like a slow bullish move, and they made it to supply, and now it's like they're reacting to it. So I wouldn't be surprised if this got some more buyers in it soon. But we'll see. We'll see. Good looks, though. Good looks. ADD chart's kind of looking bullish. Back to SPY. Buyers are over. Can you imagine your company being the heaviest weight in the market? Heaviest weight in the world? Well, I can't say it in the world because there are companies that aren't in the S&P that are in the world that are huge. Like Saudi Aramco. They're not in the S&P 500. But they are one of the largest companies in the world. Let's see if I can find that link, actually. Oh, yeah, here it is. So this website is companiesmarketcap.com, and then you can do /assets by market cap /. And this will show you the entire... This is the world, right? So it has everything. Gold, Bitcoin, Saudi Aramco. It has everything in here. So you can see what's ranked. You can see Apple, just over 3 trillion. The only other thing over 3 trillion is gold. And now, this might not seem that far away, but that is a lot of money. There's a lot of money between those two. Well above Saudi Aramco, Jesus. You got Google here at 1.7, Amazon at 1.5 trillion. You got Nvidia just over 1 trillion. Meta, that's crazy, the gap between that. You got this company at 1.1 trillion. Bitcoin's not even at 900 billion. And then it goes from there. Tesla's fallen off a little bit, but they'll be back. Berkshire's fallen off a little bit. They'll probably be back over time. Let's see if there's any, like, companies down here that definitely should not be down here. Like Netflix. Actually, fair enough. That one can stay there. McDonald's will probably come up over time. Shell will probably come up over time. Salesforce will probably come up over time. Bank of America will probably come up over time. Coca-Cola will probably come up over time. Chevron will probably come up over time. Costco will probably come up over time. Maybe even Merck. Interesting website, though. I always like to check this just for fun and seeing what's what. And guys, what have the bulls done? They have invalidated our initial bearish thesis, which means buyers are going to try and hold what? This area. So I'm going to type if buyers, after breaking the area posted, can hold as a higher low, bulls can keep going. Bulls are in control, but we're seeing can they hold control. And remember, guys, what other retest can we look for? If who's all seen Retest 101? Who's seen that video? Retest Trading 101. Please tell me that you understand what I'm about to go over with. So if we don't come down here and give us the nice, pretty, beautiful, full retest, what other retest can we look for here? Can anybody tell me? Buy the rips, sell the dips. Up 30% on SPY mental calls from break of range. Good job, Vanessa. Yeah, Zeke, if you're comfortable, don't touch it. Don't even bother. Comfortability cannot be messed with. Don't forget to go back to your lesson for people who suck at sectors. I could easily see SPY closing with an inside bar on daily today after an outside bar just to keep us confused. No, it is going to be like that. It is 100% going to be like that. Vanessa said, you know what B says, Zeke, they can't make it obvious. Oh, yeah, no, you guys are right on it. You guys are right on it. But can anybody tell me what type of retest this could be seen as? Since we didn't get the full retest, we didn't get anything, you know, a little bit more confident here in the 1 minute. Now, I know you're probably looking for this on the 5 minute, not the 1 minute. But I just wanted to go over this because it is popping up here. And I feel like retests are something a lot of you need to work on because they're some of the easiest things to find. But people miss them because, again, they don't have the right rules for what type of retests are there. We have 3 types. You got the single candle retest, the midterm retest, which is what I'm trying to go over with you guys, and the full term retest, which is the thing everyone looks for, the obvious trade. That's the thing everyone can see. But guess what isn't obvious? Finding the open range breakout, finding where we slowed down, marking that fib, going in between and saying, oh wow, we're holding the golden pocket and the control point of that fib. This is a short-term retest. This is a mid-term retest. This is what people look for to get them the better trades. Does this always work? No. Sometimes they go up here, they smack it, they reject, they come make new lows. That's the high of day. But sometimes, a lot of the time, when they do hold this midterm retest, it's very good probability that they do want to increase further and you are at least going to test your high of day or wherever that fib is drawn to. Past that, you can leave runners. But this is how you find midterm retests. Again, if you've not seen Retest Trading 101, I insist you go find it now. Yes, good answer, Maddie. Good answer, D-Touch. First Light said previous higher high. We're at 458 now. We just pushed past 457.40 on the bigger time frames. That's that right side of my screen. The left side of the screen, we're over really good levels. We're over amazing levels. Not just today's open. We're over our initial high of day, and we're making new highs of day. I don't know if you got anybody who's been in stream. I really hope you're listening because we were able to not trade. We were able to take puts. We were able to take profits. We were able to just kind of wait and see. Does this push away and give us more? We were able to flip bullish. Like, you got to be able to be like this. You got to be able to be pivotal. You got to be pivotal. You got to be able to adjust. You can't just sit there and be bearish all day. You can't be bullish all day. You got to be able to make sense of both sides. And this is why I always say when you approach a chart, you need to look at it. And within the first few seconds, you need to go, what do bulls want and what do bears want? And that's it. Cover that. Stick to whatever you cover. Anything outside of that is noise. Any new thing you're trying to tell yourself to do? Noise. Emotions. Fear. Greed. Don't listen to those extra voices. Don't listen to your extra thoughts. If it isn't something you talked about on the screen, it's not anything. You shouldn't be listening to it. I'm trying to speak very vaguely because I know my crowd. But how's everyone doing in the stream so far? By the way, guys, we just kept pushing. There's no other update. We talked about the midterm retest. Since then, they've just been pushing higher. They're almost at 458, 458.40 range that we talked about. I'll post that in chat, actually. Is anybody lost today? Everybody's fine? Everybody's fine with the fact we were bearish at open, then we flipped bullish. Everybody's fine? Just making sure nobody's lost. Nobody's bag holding puts. Nobody's randomly buying calls for the first time right now. It's like you kind of missed your signal. Might need to wait for more. And if you have missed every opportunity, I think a great thing for you would be to do is to go and review what happened. So if you guys weren't here in the stream and you were like busy with family or your job or just life in general, and you were just late to the stream or you just were late to the market in general, that's okay. I mean, don't beat yourself up. Review what we talked about in stream, review what we talked about in the trade floor. This week I've been very direct. Actually, I'll just word for word read what I've been telling you guys. I said, yeah, I'm trying to be very direct this week. If someone is missing out, they just aren't in the stream. Live trades every stream this week so far, besides that, that one day I wasn't here. Directional callouts with invalidations. I'm not just saying, guys, bullish, guys, bearish. Like, no, we're bullish until this, we're bearish until that. It's how you should be trading. And if you aren't trading that way, you're gambling. It's not called trading. No questions, though, by anybody here? Looks like everybody seems to be fine. And if you're chilling cash and you hear me saying these things, don't take that personal, like, oh, he's talking to me. Like, no, I'm probably not. If you sat cash today, like, that's fine. Like, that's, if anything, you might be improving your trader strength. I think too many times people, like, hear me cover things and they think it's applying to them when it's not. Like, I'm talking to the people who are literally here and just not taking trades. I'm talking about the people who are here and just literally ignoring everything we're going over and then complaining afterwards. But if you're someone who's chilling cash and you're just looking to find trades that make sense to you, I'm not talking to you. Be comfortable when you take your trades. If you didn't find any comfort in any of the callouts today, that's fine. You don't have to take anything. That more power to you. I respect you more because of it. That's improving your trader strength because you're not letting things get to you to just take whatever. Anybody can click a button. Any monkey could have a phone and just enter a trade. Anybody could do that. But to take something that you're actually comfortable with, that you planned, and then sticking to it, that's something only a real trader can do. We are flexible. Exactly, First Light. Creator trades, I really hope you're joking. If you're not, though, please let me know, because I really can't tell with you sometimes. Previous day open, took my puts. Haven't done anything yet. We chilling cash. Okay, cool. Looks like everybody's on the same page. Everybody understands. Good today. I'm found. I'm glad you're found, Maddie. I'm glad you were found. Who found you? You guys are clowns, I swear. I'm over here trying to be serious. You're over here trying to make me laugh and stuff. How dare y'all? Man, today's stream honestly was really good. Like, just call out wise. Like breaking down the price. I'm not even trying to be like, oh, all the call outs were great. Like, no. Like, us going bearish and then being kind of indecisive and then flipping bullish. Like, that felt really nice. And it worked perfectly so far. Now what you want to look out for is either a pop over 458, 458.40s, which is kind of what we just went up to and slowed down against, or a slowdown here. Because if you can get a slowdown here and a better full retest of everything, this can give you a second better buying opportunity. And if you do get the pop over 458.40s, you can make it to 459 ranges. I'm definitely not arguing with that. Above 459, you really need to be careful though, because it gets a little sticky around there. You have 460, which that's really the next trade plan. Above 460, we're trying to reach 462. But as you can see, we're not at 460 yet. So there's a little bit of awkwardness in between here and 460. So be very careful if you are a new trader taking longs to the upside as you get to some of these targets. Just focus on the levels. You got 458.40, you got 459. You got 459.25, you got the, I think that's the Wednesday or Tuesday supply, and then after that, it's scot-free to the 460, 462 range. Nothing in its way. Trying to be more selective. No, that's perfect. That's exactly what I want from everyone here, being more selective. That's a very good word. Fool said, sitting mental, trying to understand if we're going to bounce to 458's area and then set up for a lead test if it bounces. Damn, he's already saying lead test? Who is this guy? I found my bigger losses come from me stepping out of my normal trading parameters that I need to take one. Like just randomly taking something because I'm itching to be in a trade, getting better. Well, there you go, Zeke. Trying to find your impulses and then kind of trying to silence them a little bit. I like that. And that's the coolest thing. Like, and I tell you this every time I talk to you, dude. Like, you're so capable. You're so smart. Like, just be a positive thinker and focus on what you practice. That's it. You know, and that sounds so simple to say. It sounds so easy to say that. But we all know damn well how hard that is to actually do. But trust yourself, man. You're capable. You're smart. You're very intuitive. You have very good levels in front of you. I've seen you post in chat. You know, I know you're capable. It's just about keeping yourself in check, really. And that's really what everyone's problem is going to be from here on out, is keeping yourself in check. Can Tesla catch the 80% on that 5? My bad, Mark. How you doing, by the way, Mark? I always recognize your name. Ooh, I love this retake, Mark. So you got that higher open. They dumped completely, but they held the area that I was looking for bearish plays. I actually posted this in Discord today. You might even have access to that. I think you're that, Mark. But I posted, if you can get breaks at 237.50s, this can be a really good move. Look where all that basing happened, and look where they're holding above. This actually looks really good as a higher low for the upside. I would say at least today's open needs to be your first target. If you want to aim for today's high and then that next level and the next level, be my guest with the scaling out. Yes, sir. Doing well, my friend. I'd love to hear it, Mark. I always love seeing your name pop up. I had to open it back up because some of my lifetime guys don't have YouTube memberships, and I don't blame them. They don't need to give me another dime. But it's really funny because I'm like, damn, I need to open up the chat so I can hear these guys. Been trying to keep my self-checked before I get myself wrecked. Oh, dude, that is the best way to put it. What's up, Jeff? Jeff Sedgy. He said, you mentioned the other day how not feeling the need to trade can help with being patient. He then said, 3 green days in a row, my old job's monthly salary since hearing and taking that advice. Appreciate the insight. Jeff, all power to you. No credit to me. All power to you, brother. I hope you keep that forever. And I hope you continue to break those barriers. I hope you continue to grow. Not just your account, but mentally, you're confident. I hope you grow in every direction, man. I really do. Good for you, though, Jeff. I really am happy for someone like you, really. That's it hits me in the feels, man. I'm happy for you. Maintaining it is hard to do. Facts. This is the one thing I tell everybody in here, man. You get structure and stability. The still biggest problem that you're ever going to have is self-maintenance. It's going to be maintaining. Anybody can start. Anybody can click on the trade button. But what only real traders can do is reapproaching the chart without emotions, feeling like a computer. You know, you really got to have these emotions out of you, or you're just going to start taking every green candle in front of you, every red candle in front of you. It's going to piss you off. And then you remember, wow, I got to do this for the rest of my life. Like, you got to do this for the rest of the year. I got to do this for the rest of blah, blah, blah. You know, whatever amount of time you're looking to trade. It just goes to show, like, wow, this is baby steps. I got a long way to go. Everybody does. Golden pocket of Spiley test lines with previous high day before the break. Man, Jeff, that's a really cool message, man. I'm gonna share that in the Discord because that's honestly so cool. I'm not gonna share it on Twitter. Twitter can eat me. You're VC on YouTube, right? And then Ninja Killer responds, "No, sir, I am VC." Before I move on, everybody understands the midterm retest, right? We went from the open range breakout to the first time it slowed down, and then of the first time it slows down, if it can hold this, it can be a midterm retest. If not, it's an invalidation, and then you look for the full term, and if that invalidates, you just flip. I just want to make sure that makes sense to everybody because that is a very common concept that I still see a lot of people stumbling over. There's a million ways you can draw your fibs, but that midterm retest is pretty important. What the hell? He said, "LOL, no." Thank you. All best part is being unmoved emotionally and humbled for the opportunity. Cheers. That right there is the most powerful part. Jeff said. He said, all best part is being unmoved emotionally. The best thing about a good trade is when you take it and it just feels natural. Like there was no like self-resistance keeping you out. There wasn't any outside resistance keeping you out or pressuring you while you were in it. You know, feeling like it naturally pushed you in and then you naturally pushed yourself out. That is a trade. That feels the greatest because that's like you said, emotionally untouched. Just nobody can touch you. And that right there, that is naturally trading. That right there is beautiful. You can recreate that over and over and over with reasoning, making it make sense. That can be your edge. Most people do not have that. Love how you have your setup with each ticker at different time frames. I seem to lose everything on TV. Yeah, we put this together as a stream. Because you know me, I like looking at one chart on its own, and I just love switching through. I'm a weirdo. I like switching through a lot. I'll go through different time frames, different charts with one thing on my screen. I don't like having 50 screens on. I don't like having 50 charts. But we did this one together as a stream because it was cool seeing the 1, the 5, the daily. And I'm a really big fan of the daily. I'm a really big fan of the 1 and the 5 together. And then having whatever we want here. You know, we were using it for the 30-minute. Daffy was putting me on the 30-minute. We were looking at the 15-minute, you know, because it's just nice to get slower price action information, but at the same time getting powerful information with that 15 and 30 minutes. So sometimes I'll switch that one. But we did this together as a stream just because it was kind of nice to look at it this way. I definitely agree with you, though. It is kind of nice. And some of my live trades that I've taken and some of the trades I've been recording from here, I am going to be including into the course. Some of them I put already up for the YouTube members. But yeah, excited about that too because we talk about all the different time frames. I can't even tell you all the topics we're going over in the course because it's going to blow y'all's mind. His name is Robert Paulson. His name is Robert Paulson. I was literally just talking about that movie the other day, too. Yeah, how's the music, by the way? I haven't heard a single second of it, but I'm assuming it's Christmas related. Thank you, VC. I actually thank you more than anybody. It's hard for like me detouch some of the mods like Daffy and Leland. It's so hard for us to see you guys as one name on here and then go in Discord. It's a completely different name. It's like, who am I talking to? Excuse me. And then you got like 5 Marks. We got like 20 Joshes. We got like 50. What's a name that we have a lot of in here? David's, Marks. I don't know. You think of it, we got a few of them. So that also kind of adds into the confusion of like, who the hell am I talking to? Like, so I'm really good at names because I can try to remember like 1 or 2 things about somebody. Like if I'm like, oh, you're the Tesla guy, or oh, you're that guy from that one day that did that one thing. Like that's how I remember you, is the experience, because there's just too many people now. But it's kind of funny too, because like y'all have like one name on here and then a different name on Discord. It's like, who am I talking to here? But y'all will be like, how do you not understand? You're not talking to me. We were just talking to each other on YouTube. It's just because of the different names. If you do have matching names on both, I definitely appreciate it, because then I can read it a lot quicker. I can understand who I'm talking to. Because sometimes you'll like talk to me in here, and then I'll see your name in there, and it's something different, and I'll talk to you like you're a new person, but you're not. You're the same person. It's just kind of confusing. But thank you for that, Chuck. Lots of Lelands in chat. Yeah, lots of those. Loads of Lelands. Can't stop them from joining. Mel, that name is everywhere. Chupapi. Mr. Sir. What's up, Alexis? Maddie Clams is Maddie Scallops. That's why I had to change my YouTube name as well, because I got confused with my own name change. Oh. I changed my name in real life to match my YouTube name because it was confusing me. How my name is Josh, but my alias is Bueller, so now I'm Bueller. There's only one creator. Wonder how many Buellers have joined for them. Oh, yeah, no. Buellers, hundreds. Hundreds. It's funny, like, sometimes the bot, the scammers, they'll join our chat, and they'll sometimes, very rarely, copy, like, a mod's name or a member's name, and it's like they're taking that angle. But, yeah, most of them do Bueller still, and it's like, what? You're gonna get banned quicker, but okay. I think I need a nickname. So many cool ones on here. Honestly, when I see your profile pic, I get like Slim Thug vibes. So I don't know. I know you're not from Texas, but as if we don't see them join. Yeah, I know, literally. Slim Thug trades. Slim Thug a trade. I don't know, something like that. It's really whatever you want, Alexis. Like when I did mine, I just came up with something randomly. Like it's really hard to make up a good alias online. Like a good one that you like. Like Trader Trades, he doesn't like that name. He's stuck with it. This is building up for a big move. It is, Mel. I do agree. There's a lot of consolidation finally appearing on the chart. Had a rough Monday and Tuesday. Small green for Wednesday. Do I have to be patient? Oh, do have to be patient. Took Tesla from the golden pocket to the open. Got out with 32%. Damn, Chuck. Oh, I read it before it was gone. You wish you picked Creator Trades. Write a script that spams their inbox until they change their name from yours. If they don't, they're a scammer bot. Wait, was that the most genius thing ever said? I want a new name. Everyone wants new names now. You're keeping your name, King Carnage. You're part of the streams. Look, you can't change your name. Oh, wait, I'm on the wrong button. You can't. I'm on the wrong button still. There we go. You can't change your name. You're King Carnage. New nickname trending, LOL. Patience and clean mind pay. Oh my bad, you were adjusting your message. Knew I had to be patient today. Grabbed a call from a golden pocket on Tesla. Took it from the open to the open for 32%. Patient and clean mind plays. I gotta go see Tesla. When your boy Chuck gets a bag, you gotta go look. Oh, nice. The continuation kept holding. Nice. Who was the one that brought up Tesla? Was that you, Chuck? I gotta scroll up now. One of y'all said something about Tesla, and then I analyzed it and we talked about a potential idea on it, but who was that? One of you were ahead of your time. I can't see who it is. Oh, wait. It was Mark Miller. Mark Miller pointed it out. Yeah, there we go. He said holler at you, boy. I scrolled up and I saw your message. It says where is it now? Oh, he said, oh wait, that was me asking how he's doing. He said, can Tesla catch that 80% on the 5 yesterday low? That's all he said. Genius. That's all he needed. He said yesterday low, but on the 5-minute he liked that it was retaking. Here's the yesterday low, by the way, in case you don't know. By the time he had pointed it out, we'd already done all this. We'd done this move, and then we came back and looked at it. And we were like, wow, so what can this do? And we were saying, well, if it can continue to hold the yesterday low, like he was pointing out, this demand that we have from a bigger time frame, which also, just to kind of add into Mark's analysis, I want to give you another bigger pat on the back, Mark. Let me do this for you. Which I don't think he looked at this. I was just wanting to add on to it. But if you go here, I actually said the loss of 237.50s and 239.20 can lead towards a pullback move, right? So you go to that chart and you can see that's actually where this is, this big highlight area, and we didn't once close out of it. And you guys know when I tell you the best bullish setup is a failed bearish setup. The best bearish setup is always going to be the best failed bullish setup. So that's what we got today. You got a failed setup for bears. They took it here again. A retest came in for a higher low. And then we said you should target at least today's open. You can target today's high. You can even target 243.20s with runners. Anything past that, though, you need to kind of scale out towards. But honestly, great job, Mark, and great job, Chuck, finding that on your own. Why I was showing this is not to take away from them. I just want to show you that before the market even opened, this is exactly what the plan was for anybody who used the levels correctly. So if you see Mark, you see Chuck, those are two people who looked at levels correctly today. Very proud of both of you. Thank you both. Thank you muchly. Thank you kindly. Since Price held the wig. Tesla new hype day. Go back to Spy real quick. That's funny. Jack, can I share that? That was actually kind of funny. So I was looking through like my friends, and I was just kind of like messaging a few people, my homies, and I'm listening to like completely different music. Y'all have like Christmas music. I go into Jack's DM, right? Because we're talking about something we're looking at. And I look over to the right. I'm like, is he listening to High School Music soundtracks? And I'm like, I was kind of lost for a second. So I messaged him. I was like, yo, are you listening to High School Musical right now? He put, you don't like High School Musical, bro? I put, it's good. I was just shocked to see you jamming it this early. He put, ha ha ha, nah, the wife is using Spotify on the speaker home with the baby. Like, oh, okay, like that makes way more sense. Like, that is not music you listen to while trading. But that had me for a second. I was like, no way. I was like, this is not Jack. Somebody hacked his account. Like, who is this? This is not the Jack I know. It's pretty funny. Other people in here now are going to make jokes about you listening to High School Musical. AMD kept going after that higher low. Ooh, nice job, dividend. Sorry, I was rereading again. Good update and good reminder too. I didn't even see that. I'm gonna go back to that in a second. Zeke wants 457. Heading out to work now. Later, peeps. See you later, Vanessa. Have a safe day. Yes, at the 237 level has been very strong for the past. Mark said, I can't take the credit. I used your levels. LOL. I captured 15% of the move and took profits. Hey, man, they're our levels. Our levels. I'll meet you in the middle on that one. But I'm happy to see you kicking ass, Mark. Don't hate, appreciate. Yeah, when he said his wife was like at the home with the baby listening to, I was like, okay, that is like way more acceptable. Like, if somebody told me they were trading and listening to High School Musical, I'd be like, I feel like your soundtrack's a little off, you know? It's not bad music. It's not anything about the quality of music. It's just the timing of it, you know? You'd think someone's listening to like rap or EDM or even lo-fi, like to calm down. Like I could get that, you know? Classical music, but High School Musical, man, that would I wonder what kind of trading day you'd be having. What kind of music does everyone listen to while they trade? Or do you not listen to music while you trade? Yeah, I saw that. I saw you had Mr. Grinch playing too. I didn't want to keep going, but I saw that too. You're a mean one, Mr. Grinch. Okay, done with me meetings. Been listening in and glad to see the teamwork and coordinating the moves and the weak moves, the reversals on SPY, etc. Thank you, Sand Dollar. Glad you're here again. Strong call-outs, peeps. Good morning, everyone. Bringing positive energy to all your trades today. Thank you, Risk Flare. He said, bringing positive energy to all of your trades today and beyond. He even gave us the and beyond. How nice. D-Tut said, smooth jazz. Man, as soon as you said that, this is the meme that popped into my head. You like jazz? Are they not going to give us the meme? I have to actually like... Oh, here we go. You like jazz? I listen to whatever you put on. Bueller music, whatever B is playing. You are my music. Bueller ASMR. Yeah, Bueller music. Okay, guys. Ocean waves. Ooh, that's interesting. Oh, we should try that one day. Got that BB easy listen music. Some Kendrick? Nice. Depends on mood, but mainly non-copyright BB music. Oh my god. I actually thought that was a real answer till I kept reading. Bueller ASMR, Bueller soundtrack, BB music, of course. How y'all type the same answer 50 different ways will always amaze me. I usually have my music library going if I'm not listening into a webinar, CEU, or conference calls. Nice. Feeling FOMO, just gonna watch and listen. Have a good day, my friends. You too, Mark. And whenever you're feeling FOMO, it's a great time to step away. I love that. Bueller typing on a keyboard is my jam. Oh my god. And yeah, shout out to Mark Miller. I love having people like that in our chat. Remember I told you guys, like, we have like hundreds of people in this community, but you're never going to see them all at the same time. Some of these people are in different time zones, in different countries. People are at jobs, people have families, people have lives to attend to. Everybody's timing is off. So like at all times, you'll probably see like 50, 60, 70, 80, 90 people at a time. Beyond that though, not more. But there are hundreds of people in here. And just like Mark Miller, great example, somebody who's either lurking in the shadows or he's just in lifetime part of the Discord or he's just doing this or just doing that, like limiting himself. That's exactly what I want to hear. I don't want to hear that you're trying your best to learn every inch of the Discord and the YouTube and all that. Like, that's great, but still give yourself some time. Don't rush into things. Take your time. Be comfortable. That's always my biggest advice, everybody. Be comfortable. If you don't feel comfortable, don't do it. It's as simple as that. But shout out to people like Mark and anybody who is lurking in the shadows and people who like to just kind of focus on the levels, limit themselves to certain things. Like, I really do respect those type of people because they're showing, hey, I don't care what you're doing. I'm just trying to be comfortable and trade and grow. That's awesome. That's awesome. I'll never be able to move that person, nor will the market. That's what I want to see. Replayed Neil Young's Powderfinger live while waiting for meetings to start or the market open. Sometimes just need to crank it up. Bueller typing on keyboard is my jam. Maddie repeats, yo, Carnage hit the nail on the head. Y'all are something else. I feel like I read the chat just as much as I read a chart when I'm in here. It's pretty enjoyable. Do you guys read the chat at all, or do y'all just focus on the charts and what I'm saying, or do you switch between this and Discord? What does everyone... I'm just kind of curious on what y'all do while we're here. There's no single direct path that's correct, and one of them is wrong. Like, whatever you do is whatever you want to do. But do you guys switch between this and Discord? Do you guys just kind of focus on just this when you're here, and then you go to Discord? Are you only a YouTube fan? Are you only a Discord fan? Like... What is everybody in here? I don't mean a fan, you know what I mean. A member of the community. Somebody who adds to our little society here. I'm just curious though, what does everyone do when you guys are here? Tesla high of day at 243.90. Good job, Chuck. I'm a fan of it all. The answer to your questions is yes, all of it. I was really just curious because I personally always switch between YouTube and Discord to kind of like see what everyone's saying, but I can see why some of you don't because it can be kind of a pain in the ass. So I was really just curious. Mainly have this on while looking at charts. Come back to look at chat Discord when I feel things are stalling. That's smart. See what everyone else is doing. Usually having mental breakdowns in the corner with periodic glances at the chart and chat. Oh my god. I gotta read that again. Usually having mental breakdowns in the corner with periodic glances at the chart and chat. Just picturing like this like super scared like little gremlin in the corner. On both, but majority on Discord. Nice. I'm everywhere, can't hide from me. Don't know how Discord works, so chat, chart, brokerage. Love it. It's okay, David, if you're not on Discord or don't know how it works. You're not gonna hurt my feelings. If you are on there though, David, you have a free YouTube role. Both while I'm on the road YouTube, and afterwards I'll catch up on Discord /night before etc. Okay, so you're kind of like me. You kind of just check it when you have time or when you're not actively in stream or looking at your chart. That's good. That's what it's supposed to be for. It's supposed to be like kind of a backup thing. You should never be like 100% staring at Discord the whole time. Like, that is where a lot of the information is, but it's still nice to kind of focus on yourself a little bit. Give yourself priority. What's up, Don Do? Always happy to see your name pop up. Hope your shower is alright. I hop in and out of YouTube, but mainly focused on the Discord. Nice. Dondu said, if AMD can hold above 125.23, could be bonkers for more upside. And he would know. He is the person that got over 300% on AMD. Oh. God, there's so many amazing traders in here. Like yesterday, you got like these 3-4 dudes popping off. Today, you got these 3-4-5 people popping off. The day before, you got 3-4-5 people popping off. And it's always like different people. Sometimes it's the same person a couple days in a row. But it's nice to see you guys all kind of working together, trying to keep it positive. That really is important, trying to keep a positive mindset. Be positive about everything that's happening in front of you regarding your trading, your journey, everything like that. It just pushed more, bro. Buyers, what the... React. I love seeing React pop up while my voice is going out. Grab that 459 calls on that hammer candle. Oh, you're talking about the 5 minute, I think. Like React though, you and Mark Miller are like the same person to me, and there's a lot of people like y'all in chat and what I'm about to cover. But I love seeing people like this, like people who are positive, people who add into the chat but aren't really here for all the conversation. You know, they really are. Like React is, I love him as much as anybody else in the chat, but I love the fact that he's focused. Him and Mark are always in chat, focused on the levels, focused on what's important, what is revolving around their potential trade popping up. You know, they focus on that. Oh, this was that level. Oh, this was that level. Then they post a review and then they're done for the day. Yes, it's nice to stay around longer and get to know people, but I love that these guys focus on themselves and use the chat as a tool, because that is essentially what it is. It's just a tool. These streams are a tool. Everything you're using, a tool. So I like to see everybody in chat focusing on themselves and really prioritizing themselves, because you guys do need to take care of yourselves. This market's a pain in the ass, but we're all going to be here to back each other up, keep each other in a positive mindset, because it's so hard to maintain. We all know that. So anytime you're feeling like it, you know, drop some positivity in the chat, drop some positivity in here. You see somebody talking about something, add conversation to it, because you know you're not trading. You know that you need to waste time, but you still want to be productive. You don't want to get into a trade. Go answer somebody. Even just interacting with somebody might help you out a little bit. Shit, you might even help that person out a little bit. Each one teach one. And you're not looking to push your agenda on anybody. You're not looking to push information into anybody. You're just kind of leading them towards the light. Oh, look, you think maybe it could reach this? And then they reply, oh, it definitely could. We could see this, we could see that, we could talk about this level. So it's just good to interact with each other when you know you're not supposed to be trading. It's good to kind of keep yourself active but in a productive manner. So I challenge you guys. I challenge you to be positive openly. I challenge you to interact in chat. I challenge you to be an uplifting person. I challenge you. I tried Discord one time and got super confused and then uninstalled. I do not blame you, David. I don't blame you. It's okay. I love you just the same. Mark Miller said, chat is good to use early as validation. Don't be scared to ask questions. Thank you, Mark. And it's nice to hear this from like the veterans of the... I think of you guys as veterans regardless of being successful or not, because of how long some of you have been here. But like all the veterans in chat, like it's nice to see them spreading that interaction, spreading that positivity, reminding people, hey, you can ask questions. We're not going to totally kill you. It's totally fine. Especially for the people that we know are trying. Like if I see Don go in chat and ask what it would be a dumb question, but he's always active, I'm not going to get onto that guy. Bro's so active, he probably just overheard it or misread it or whatever and just didn't think about it too deep. He's been focused on himself, and that's fine. That is when it's okay. But if you're going to be here and focus on something and be lazy, that's another problem. I'm just going to start using Dondu as my example every time. Oh my gosh, I can't type. Ruh-roh. Are we losing 456, 94, 457, 23 as support, or are they coming down here to give us an aggressive test and see if bulls end up holding it over the next 5-10 minutes? We'll see. Sheesh. Hushki goes into chat and says, "Ugh, I hate when hedges work." Meaning he's making the joke that his primary position was either screwed or he had to cut it, and then he was in his hedges, and that's what made the position. So it's just kind of funny. It means we're losing money elsewhere. Yep. He just said it right after I said it. I hate when hedges work. It means we're losing money elsewhere. That is like the funniest thing that was posted today because it's so accurate. It's true. We lost 456.90s, guys. You should be flipping bearish until we see a retake of 457.23. Now, I don't know if I just start jumping into new plays. You already have a dump. I would personally wait on the 5-minute till you get your buyer candle. Then you can draw a potential lead test fib. I said draw your lead test fibs in the 5-minute when you get some green soon. Don't argue with me. And then watch, we'll just dump for the next 20 minutes. There will be no green reaction. I don't know if we're going to get a clean one today, though, because they've given us a few lead tests this week that were beyond clean. Yesterday, we got like 50 of them. The day before, we got one really clean one, and then I got off stream. I think the day before that, we just took a normal trade. No, that was Monday, so yeah, we weren't here. But Tuesday, Wednesday, today, all very hot. But Tuesday, we had one really nice one. Wednesday, we had literally 20 lead tests. I'm not even trying to exaggerate. There really were a lot. Again, where you kind of break support, and you come back up, you reject the perfect fib. It happened a lot yesterday. It was very clean to watch yesterday's price action. Right now, you might get a different one because this is a pretty large move to the downside from the top. So once you do get that green reaction, if it ever does pop up, it might actually take a lot longer to set up that lead test because of how much distance has now been made by the bears to the downside. China only wants to buy our land. That is a damn fact. Somebody vote that man into presidency. You ain't wrong. You ain't wrong. Oh. Oops, I almost just sent the same picture twice. Good job, Misi. Mentally traded some poots. Oh, nice. You took that like high of day almost. Nice. Little. I like the riskiness you're taking, but it made sense. Very, very clean trade. Well, clean breakdown. Oh, no, you did mental trade puts. Okay, yeah. Clean trade. I like how Sandeller and Husky are like best friends on the trade floor already. I'm glad you got yourself a buddy, Sandeller. I think everybody considers you a buddy, but Good to see you in there. That midterm fib breakdown, golden pocket worked. New thing that I learned today. First light, catch me up. Catch me up to speed. To the downside or the upside? That's the one you were looking at. Fully out 18% here on puts. Good job, David Q. Love to see that you took that mental trade earlier and then you took your real trade. I was looking for that retest. Good stuff, David. I love to see it, dude. Kick ass. Kick ass. All out 75%. Yeah, 10 a.m. Conso can hold. 457 is the fib. Broke intraday support and on bigger time frames as well. Good post by Alexis. Looking for some more continuation. B, would you say that a hammer has stronger bullish confirmation than an inverted hammer having a bearish confirmation? I'm not gonna lie to you. I kind of consider them the same thing. Because it really is positioning. Positioning is what empowers any candlestick, but especially a hammer. Hammers are my favorite. But like if you see like a hammer against resistance or against support, it like actually right here's a pretty good example. You got this like hammer here. Like this failed to give you a bearish candle. Then we get an open higher. Like that doesn't scream at me that we're definitely going up higher, but it definitely says, hey, it's probably like 60-40 the next day tries to go up. If they push over this day's high and the close and all that, which they had a lower open and then pushed over and had a really nice day. But then you were asking about like bearish setups as well. Like, oh, what if there's a, let me try to find one. Kind of like this, like kind of like up against that next level. Like, yeah, it's powerful, but not on its own. Like it's in a great spot. Like I'm just kind of giving you a vague breakdown. But like, yeah, it's in a great spot, but it wasn't really that powerful until you got like this saying, hey, it's a lower high. Adding on to it, you know, kind of adding on more to it. Kind of like what we do with our swings. We don't just find one thing. We try to find like 2 or 3 things to make us like it. So in my honest opinion, over backtesting them myself a lot and trading them a lot, I personally think they're like the exact same thing. It just really does relate to positioning. Like I said, it really does relate to, is this a really good part of it? Is this cost effective, you know? But I really wouldn't try to say either or is stronger or not. Now they might be. I really don't know. I'm not a computer who's analyzed it that many times. But personally, I just think of them as the same thing. It just again depends on positioning. Kind of repeating myself here again. My bad. But First Light. I'm kind of interested in what First Light was saying. I really want to see if he's still in here. He said that midterm fib breakdown at the golden pocket worked. New thing that I learned today. I wanted to see, was he talking about the upside? Or was he talking about something like rejecting here and breaking? So First Light can speak up. I'd love to see what he was going over. I just like to see people get that relief in them. You know, if he feels like he learned something, that's a huge sigh of relief, like on the inside. And it's like a cushion, like, oh, I just learned something important. I'm going to try to limit myself to that. So I just was wanting to see what he was looking at. Hammer is about to close in the 15-minute. Oh, good call out, creator. And what is it holding, creator? A hammer at what? Call out the candle, but also where is it? What is it doing? The open, exactly, creator, right on it. So, though this looks great for bearish setups, you can also see the potential for a bullish setup. So you can see everything is kind of relying on that first candle. Yeah, it's funny, like, I hate doing this to y'all, like, during stuff, like, I don't want to go over it now, because we're already looking at it this way, but another way you can look at this, too, with that, if, let's say you had a naked chart, and you were just looking at the 15-minute, you know, I see this as, like, oh, this is our high of day, here's our supply. Oh, here's our low of day, here's our demand. And then you can see, like, that is where all the best trades have come from, like, right there, right there. So it's almost like buying and selling between those two areas. Now, I'm not saying draw that. Don't stick to that, but you could definitely see it that way. Because you have your demand of low of day and supply of high of day so far. We don't have any actual supply and demand here yet, but it's just nice to go over it. Downside, he said at 457.58 between 457.24 and 458.14. And 457, 458.15. No, you're good, React. You're good. It's really not your fault. It's YouTube's fault. All right, guys, I am probably done trading. Are there any charts you guys want me to look at for a little bit before I get off here? Is there any particular tickers you guys want me to look at? I'm sure somebody's going to say AMD and Tesla. My UNH bear trigger, don't know who's on those. Ooh, good idea, actually. I actually like this a lot, Alexis. They got a nice inside candle rejecting with the wick on top. Very indecisive days, and they're in supply. Possible lower high. If you get a good lower close below this basing here, I'd say that's a very, very great swing entry that you're getting into. Alright, my bad, guys. I'm trying to catch up. Agrees. UNH, lead test invalidated. Yes, the lead test has been invalidated short term, but keep it on watch. Keep that fib drawn. Go to the 1 minute. Sometimes you'll have this overhang, and then sometimes that's where it happens, and then you'll miss this whole move because you said it invalidated, but just because it invalidates doesn't mean it can't come back down. So keep that fib there, but you are correct with your call out so far. I'm just giving you forward thinking process. I'm not saying you're right or wrong. Oh, you're looking at AMD. Sorry, Sandella, that was kind of hard for me to read. You know me and my English. Okay, so the other day, interesting thing about this, the other day, this was my top watch for premium besides Tesla, of course. And this right here was like the ultimate level. This is like whoever has this has control. If they can hold it, buyer moves can happen. It happened once, happened a second time, failed, lower highs. They end up breaking it and then creating more lower highs, and bears had control there. Look at where they opened today. And this is why I didn't even adjust the levels, because it was just so clean. Not only how they held here, but look where they held over before making a higher low and rallying. It's like this is what they wanted to do yesterday. They just didn't have the strength to build that higher low. So you can see the big difference between a higher open that turns bearish and a higher open that turns bullish back to back on AMD. This is probably one of the cleanest intraday charts in all of the stock market right now. Just because of that. It's pretty interesting how, like, again, just focusing on control points, who has what. It's really interesting. AMC, and then he said satire. Good, because I wasn't looking at it. I refuse to look at that crap. Tesla, good look. So it looks like y'all got that first rally really well. So let's treat this right. So if you go from the open range breakouts, you can either go from here to the first slowdown. If you were to go from here, I don't think I'd blame you either, because this is where your 80% entry came in, and this is where the high of the day was before the slowdown. So if this is what you're watching, cool. A little bit of a tweezer almost. If you did this fib, though, I don't blame you either. But either way, it looks like you end up getting a fib around your today's open. So they're holding a notable area from any fib as well as the today's open. So you have like 2 or 3 reasons to like this retest holding in this area. But good call out. Who was that? Chuck. Good update on that. Got into a call on this retest. Damn, you're getting in again? Legend. Chuck's gonna get 2 on Tesla today. Just wanted to share with y'all. Much love. Totally fine, Alexis. Anytime you have a swing trade you want to go over, man, I'm happy to hear it. I love looking at that stuff. Plus, UNH is one of my favorite tickers to look at. It has such clean patterns. Me and Sherman love looking at UNH. Zaytoven, what's up, man? Love seeing your name pop up. He said, daily dark cloud cover, but failed after the gap up. Want to know what you think of it. Oh, this is my only chart. Ha ha ha. Is this a dark cloud cover? I did pass the halfway point. I'll give you that one. It is a dark cloud cover because it passed the halfway point. Remember, the dark cloud cover is not the golden pocket. It does involve the halfway. So you are correct on that. So it held the golden pocket, but not the control point. So it was a DCC. You are correct on that. And then it got a nice gap up. But I think what's funny, too, is, like, even if you think this is turning bullish again, it's kind of funny the way they gap this. Because if you take, like, the high of this move before the reversal back down to the open of the last green candle, you would essentially get this zone. Right? So it's kind of funny, like, where they invalidated it here and then popped it back up. This is where they slow down at. So honestly, I would say you need to focus on the range between the failed dark cloud cover and then the supply. So focus between here. And if you want to, let's just do a new chart together. Zaytoven Goog. Go to the monthly. Get some easy, lazy levels up on the screen first. Emerging candles. Emerging candles are when you grab the top of a green close, a green Prince close, because this is essentially where price pushed up, stopped, and we can see this is a breaking spot for them. So it gives us good levels on bigger time frames. You zoom it on down to a smaller time frame, you end up getting really good price action, navigating good levels. What we're going to do now is go from the all-time high to that candle there. That's a little weird. That's the all-time high supply. You got another supply right here. Oops, I just dropped my phone. I caught it with my lap. We're really doing it all today. Zoom in. Got another one here. Just kind of cheating and grabbing supplies and moving on from there. And honestly, we could just stop there. But for example's sake, I want to go a little more. Could grab that. Not going to. I'm going to grab this. And then I'm not going to grab a zone. Oh, wait. Actually, I can. We're going to go from here to that candle. And it looks like shit on this chart, but when you zoom in on the daily, it looks amazing. So trust me, it's just like the other setup. When you're doing the TI routine, it's like, damn, I'm adding so many levels, I don't know what I'm looking at. But then you start to realize, wait, I'm not trading it on that time frame. I'm trading it on the 5-minute or the daily or whatever. Then you zoom in, you're like, okay, wow, this is actually spaced out very well. And you can see it kind of ties into what I already said. You know, you got this like failed move here, but they're in supply, you know, so you really don't have anything else here yet. If anything, this could just be another lower high after a failed bearish setup, a bullish move came in. That's kind of how I see it. I don't see this as something you can take a trade off of now. You need to wait for something else, if that makes sense. But let me know, Zay, what you think about that. Just barely. I'll check it out here in a second. Zeke, we can check that out. Mark said, do you have a video on finding supply and demand zone? Yes, we do. We have a couple. Let me find it. I'm not sighing to you. I was actually breathing. Zones. All right, so this one here is the one you want. But the video and my rules... Oh, I have it hidden now. Great. No, here it is. It's not hidden. This is the rules of everything I use. I just apply the same rules to every time frame. So if you watch this quick video, you'll get a big breakdown. Your lifetime in chat, I believe, Mark, in the end of this month, course number 2 will be coming out, and you'll have it for free as a lifetime member. And there'll be a bigger breakdown of, like, this video will be in there, but I add on to it. I go over extra things that kind of are a continuation follow-up of it. I wish I could show you guys. Hold up, let me see if I can show something without being too revealing. Okay, yeah, here. So we have like that. This is the video I'm talking about right now. We have that, right? I actually have a lot of follow-up videos coming to tell more stories on what we're going to be looking over regarding that. So if you want to get a bigger, deeper detail besides just watching my live streams, you'll have that as well. But expect that very soon. But these are the 2 videos I would check out to give you some good reference on what I'm looking at. But I also have more recent videos. You can see like this one where I chart everything on my own with using that system. And I've done that a couple times. I'll try to post more. I have a couple in the Discord as well. So you can look around as well. And I also do that in stream anytime I can when I go over stuff. But yes, there's some content on it. No problem, Zay. No problem, Mark. All right, let's look at Zeke's, and then I'm going to head out. Look at my boy Zeke's results in review. Oh my god, there's so many people in here. Okay. Alright, so he said, we're focused on this one right now, guys. Spy Calls review. 1 win, 1 loss. Would love your take on it. I was conflicted and didn't like how aggressively Spy flushed into the fib zone I was looking to get long into on the retest. I was hesitant. Wait, let me get a look at this first. Wait, you entered calls here as well? Is this what I'm seeing? Calls here, got stopped out, re-entered because you liked the confidence, and then you took half the position there, which genius. You have no confirmation this is going higher, so it's good you took a good portion of it there. And then it looks like you took about the rest of it as it reached his old area where we recently had broken down from, potentially seeing a bearish retest. Could continue, but we don't know that. So it's good to target that. I love your breakdown. This is a very clean breakdown. So I wanted to get long. Okay, it was a long. I was conflicted to do so because of the aggressiveness of the selling, but did it anyways because that was my plan. I really can't get on to you because you fucked up here, but then you were like, you know what? I fucked up. Let me get back in. Like, why did I cut? I was in the play I wanted to be in. But I think right here was just too early. I think one thing I could give you constructive criticism on is that you were just too early. I think you had the right idea, but I think you should wait till you see the visual buyer pop up, right? I mean, you saw it clear as day here when you entered again. You were like, holy shit, that's strong. We're at low of day. There's a huge chance we're going back up. You knew it just as well as I, right? So clearly you're capable of seeing visual buyers. You didn't have any visual buyers here yet, but I think what got you here was the fact that we were bullish and we are still bullish, and the fact that we got to your area and maybe you just jumped the gun on it because you were like, all right, yes, I'll just get in now and I'll just see how it works. You know, so maybe actually wait till you see that visual buyer pop up like you did on this second attempt here. But I can't really get onto you too much because you did F up, but then you instantly were like, you know what? Why did I do that? Let me just get back in. This is literally what I was planning. Let me just do it. Let me just follow my plan. And then you did it and you ended up winning. You did really well on that. Let me finish reading this though, because you probably have some more stuff here. I was hesitant to take it because of that selling strength. That was my plan though. So I went with it and got stopped out pretty quickly, which I kind of assumed would happen, but I planned to do that, so I took it. Why did you assume that would happen? Let me know. Why did you assume that would happen? Looking back, I likely should have been more flexible and changed my plan than just taking the second trade I took only. Managed to re-enter calls to make back what I lost and more. That's great. That's great. There's nothing wrong with that. Give you a little fire emoji. I said, yeah, that makes sense. Because, I mean, you literally found it, like, perfectly. Like, and this is why I preach pattern trading with positioning. Because patterns are good, but they suck when they're alone. Positioning is great, but it sucks if price isn't there, right? And you clearly have both of these things on your chart. You have patterns, you have positioning, you have all these great things, and you even pointed it out very well. But let's limit ourselves until we see the visual buyer pop up before taking that, or vice versa, the visual seller. Let's wait till we see it visually on our screen. I know you know what you're doing because you're jumping the gun, and this is what a lot of people do when they're capable. And this is why I say you are capable, Zeke. I say this to everybody in here because you're able to do things people who gamble can't, right? You're able to come up with a risk-reward plan. You're able to come up with a plan that makes sense, and then you take it, right? That's trading. That's something a lot of people still aren't doing, right? So when I see this, I think, wow, this is a capable person who's just getting ahead of themselves. I see it as a good problem because you're jumping the gun in the right direction, but again, you're jumping the gun. And then clearly the second time, it's almost like this was like hesitant Zeke, and then you had like badass, confident, I know what the hell I'm doing Zeke. You know, you had like two different Zekes on this chart, so it's kind of funny, but I don't have much to get onto you for, though. I mean, this was a great trade. Everything you put here made sense. I'm very happy the way you typed this, too. You're not, like, beating yourself up. You're just looking for open, constructive criticism, and that's fine. That's perfect. This is the place to be. And thank you for asking me to look over this, because this was a very nice plan. I will say, though, you have a couple things on here different than I do. You have a lot of the same levels, which is great. You highlight your zones exactly how I would. You're looking at the right spot like, oh, this is support. This is where we broke after making a lower high. Let's see. What do you have different here? What is this, by the way? Is this just the risk-reward thing, or is this a fib? It is a fib. Where is this going from? Is this going from the low to the high? Is that what I'm seeing here? You're good, Zeke. He's going to head out. All right, well. He'll answer me later. I think the one thing I don't like about his fib is it goes from the low to the high, because you don't know at the time that that's low to high of day. That's just what it is at that time, you know? So I feel like that's kind of an fib. You got to go from your open range to the high. And then if it can hold that fib, which I promise you this lines up with that fib, it rejected it. Good notice of seeing low of day, seeing buying pressure. So he's clearly capable of seeing buying and selling pressure. I just think he needs to be a little bit more patient. Still an amazing trade review, and it looks like it worked to his advantage. He still got to take that second trade, and it ended up taking out all of his losses and some, so he was able to profit on the day. Fair enough. That's just a good loss. This one might be jumping the gun, but this one's a fair loss dividend. I feel like that one's fine. I mean, you even heard me in stream. I was flipping from nothing to bearish to bullish within an hour. You know, so if you got caught in that, that's just a good loss. What's the second one, though? Wow, look at that. Controlling my emotions. Didn't look at the price of my contract. That's good. Cutting losses quick after stop losses hit. And stopping here to stop over trading. Leading by example. I love to see it. Damn, Jay. I want to see you guys typing out what type of entry you're looking at, too. Like right here, this is essentially a 40% entry. Oh, you did type 40%. Never mind. Shut up, Josh. 4 out of 4 from Tuesday. Like this. This is a good review, too, because it's like, I know you guys are busy. I know you guys have lives, you know, outside of this. If you can't post today, that's fine. Post when you have time. Look, Taylor's posting something from Tuesday just to make sure she covers their bases, to go over what she has done, just to put herself, you know, openly responsible, and that's good. Oh, wow. I forgot he was in this. Yeah, we had a bunch of people in airlines. I was not in airlines. Noxta was. I think I saw Daffy, D-Touch earlier. What? When did he do this? Swung calls and closed right at open? What? Brother. I always get hyped when it's D-Touch. What the... By the way, I forgot to include my setup. My setup was an 80% entry. Someone needs to copy that one. Whoops. Alright guys, let's look at the smaller time frames real quick. I'll give an update. We'll look at the bigger, and then I'm going to end it there. But it looks like they did invalidate the lead test on the 1 and 5 minute. They've made the full hit, which means bears could still pop up. If they can pop over this, bulls can try to hit multiple targets higher up. You are still bullish from the open, as they have retaken it in this recent move. You have an inside candle with positive prints, and now they've broken the retest. It's a very nice move by SPY on the smaller time frames. If you go over to the bigger time frames, you can see we're kind of in limbo mode still. If you zoom out of here, and the reason we have this highlighted is because this is perfectly identical to what we're seeing here so far. Again, just getting a lot of grinding up. You get your, sometimes you get your hidden bearish candles popping up, and then we get our large pullback. Will that happen here again? We don't know. There's a lot more basing holding support as a higher low this time around. So with this inside candle, we could end up getting a very nice breakout to the upside or downside still. You really shouldn't be sitting here saying one or the other. But guys, I'm going to leave you here with that. I hope you enjoy all the breakdowns, the live trades, the live callouts, the live ideas, all the breakdowns, the reviews, everything. Just everything as a whole. You guys were amazing. All the callouts you guys had, updates you had, the post all of you had in here. I can't appreciate it enough. Thank you guys again for liking the stream, joining in, tuning in. Remember to tune into the Discord after the stream ends here, as well as to check out the Discord tomorrow as well. VC said, how to paste picture in Discord. Wait, in all caps. I'm still here. I didn't ditch you yet. VC's like, wait, I swear. It kind of depends, VC, how you get your picture. Like, I have Windows key Shift S. I hit all 3 of those in a row, and I have this screen pop up. And then I can screenshot anything I want, and then I can just Control V or right click paste into the Discord, and then I can post it. But I think you have to have a role in Discord to post a picture. So you might need to get a membership or that, but you should be able to still post in Post Charts or Trade Floor. It's one of those channels. You should still be able to post in some of those channels. And if not, try Off Topic. I don't know why it wouldn't work there. And if you still need help, VC, I think I sent you a friend request, actually. Oh, no, I didn't. Here, I sent you a friend request just now. That's actually me. But add me on there if you need to reply or you need help with something. But I'm going to end the stream here, guys. Thank you again. Sorry, VC, I'm cutting you out. I'll see you guys later on. Tune into the Discord. I'll see you guys.